Hey guys, welcome back to another video that is not War of the Divisions, but today I'll be playing Gundam Battle Operation 2, which just had its PC network test over the week and just ended today actually. So I'll just be commentating, or not commentating, just talking over the stock footage that I recorded, give my thoughts on the game, and maybe give a bit of story time on how I came up with the name LockonMe in one of my very first gacha games that's associated with Gundam as well. And so, getting into GBO2, GBO2 has been out for quite a while now on PlayStation, but as of right now, they are trying to release it on PC for the PC Gundam players, which is really nice. Because over the past year, or past 2022, they've been releasing a couple of Gundam games, such as Gundam Evolution or SD Gundam Alliance, but I think GBO2 stands out from the other two, just because, as you can see from the gameplay here, the gameplay is really clunky. It makes you feel like you're piloting a mecha, right? And I think this game really reminds me of Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire for the PS3. I don't know if any of you guys know that, but just because of the movement, I really like this game. And I think it's a really unique entry into the Gundam franchise. Especially like against like Dynasty Warrior Gundams as well, or Dynasty Warrior Gundam, or Gundam Dynasty Warrior. Gundam Dynasty Warrior is fun as well, but it's still more hack and slash and less mecha than like GBO2 here. And so yeah, during my time in the network tests, I did enjoy it. I do know like there were a lot of PlayStation veterans playing the game as well, because I was getting curb stomps a lot in several matches, but I still did enjoy my time playing it. I played a couple of mobile suits that were non-Gundam as well, which were really fun. And yeah, my gameplay here might be pretty bad just because I did not do any of the tutorials, which I should have. But hopefully I can learn more about the game when it officially releases. So yeah, even though I was getting curb stomped left and right, I still enjoyed my time playing it. And if you don't know, GBO2 is a gacha game, so yeah. But during the network test, they were giving a lot of currency out to roll the gacha. So I can't really comment on how the gacha is, whether it's like pay to play or like free to play. Maybe like the PlayStation players can comment on that, but can't really comment on that for now. So yeah, thoughts on GBO2, pretty fun, and I am looking forward to the official release. But that aside, getting into story time. Gundam and I go way back, and my first entry into Gundam would probably be Gunpla model kits. And Gunpla is Gundam plastic model kits for the people who don't know. And when I was a kid, my sister's boyfriend, now brother-in-law, got me first grade kits, which is like the most simple kits you can build for Gunpla, and he got me the FG Freedom Gundam, Justice Gundam, and Impulse Gundam. And those were a blast to make, right? Even though like they barely have any articulation, they're really bad model kits, the color accuracy is way off, I still enjoyed my time building them as a kid. And so from there, after that, I got my first high-grade kit, and my first high-grade kit was Gundam Dynamis. And during that time, Gundam 00 was just releasing, it just came out, and the pilot for Gundam Dynamis was Lockon Stratos. And since then, Lockon Stratos has been my favorite Gundam pilot ever since. Even though like I've seen like a good portion of Gundam 00, but to this day I've never seen it to its fullest extent, or like I completely forgotten what happened except like some crucial moments. But regardless, Lock-on Stratos is still my favorite Gundam pilot, just because he's like a sniper. He's pretty cool, and in season 1, if you know, you know. And that is really like the lock-on part of my name, right? LockonMe. And that's why like the O and on is not capitalized. Like lock-on is a name. It's not like lock on me, like a provocation. But some people might take it that way, like, oh, lock on me, you better lock on to me. But yeah. From there, as of right now, I have a lot of Gunpla, but besides that, getting into like my first gacha game, my very first gacha game was SD Gundam Capsule Fighter Online, or SDGO for short. And it shut down in 2015, but SDGO, I spent like a good amount of my childhood playing that game. About like 2 to maybe 3 years, maybe 2 years I think. But I spent a lot of time on there. It was like a small community game. Not community game, it was pretty large, but it was like a tight-knit community full of players, and every day I'd see like the same players playing the game, and that was really nice. But yeah, SDGO, I go way back with it, and I really got out of it just because I started playing League of Legends, which now I'm out of League of Legends, thankfully, but I really wish I spent my time in SDGO more. Like, I wish I spent more time in SDGO leading up to its shutdown, because one of like the really stupid things that I did in SDGO as I was quitting for League was that I deleted or scrapped all of my units, which in comparison to gacha games today would be like deleting basically your entire gacha account. Like deleting all of your units, all of your waifus, those bandos, is what I basically did. But I only left one unit, and that was the Crossbone Gundam X3. Just because the Crossbone Gundam is probably one of my favorite Gundams. Regardless of like the numbering, X1, X2, X3, full cloth, just the Crossbone Gundam in general is one of my favorite Gundams, and I think it really should get an anime adaptation one day. But yeah, in regards to Gundam anime, one of my favorites has to be War in the Pocket. Second one has to be 8th MS Team, as some of you can tell by my intro. And third favorite, maybe like Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Season 2, but that might be like recency bias. But in general, I haven't seen much of the UC timeline, only like the OVAs. But yeah, Gundam and I, we actually go way back, and I am still very much into Gundam today, and hopefully I can stay in touch with it with the new animes and GBO2 here. So that was just a small video on GBO2 and some story time, and I do hope you enjoyed. And if you made it all the way here, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.